Good morning, guys. I hope you people are doing great. So, we are starting with Unit 1 Theories of Consumption and Investment. So, in this, there are generally 6 theories, but currently, syllabus में भी हमारी 6 theories ही हैं, but currently, we are going to focus on 4 major theories initially, and then we'll move on to the remaining 2 small theories. So, first, we'll focus on Keynesian consumption function, जो इस वीडियो में है. Thereafter, Fisher's intertemporal choice, that is the second. Third is Modigliani's life cycle hypothesis, and fourth is Friedman's permanent income hypothesis. Now, why do we need to study the theories of consumption? Why is consumption so important that we have actually developed theories to understand the consumption process? So, let us first discuss about the importance of studying consumption. As we all know that consumption is the sole end and purpose of all the production activities. जो भी हमारी सोसाइटी में प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है वो सारी चीज़ें इसलिए हो रही हैं बिकॉज द गुड्स विल बी सोल्ड फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ कंजम्पशन और द सर्विसेज विल बी हायर्ड एंड प्रोवाइडेड फॉर द पर्पस दैट somebody is going to pay for those services, somebody is going to consume those services. So consumption is the sole end and purpose of all the activities, production activities that are happening across the world. Now let us discuss some point wise theories. Income is divided into consumption and saving. So from the perspective of microeconomics, consumption plays an important role in order to understand the individual problems, as individuals also are earning income, providing their services in order to pay for their goods and services. Therefore, consumption is important from the microeconomics perspective. Second, consumption is important from the macroeconomics perspective also, because in macroeconomics, consumption helps to determine aggregate demand in the short run, and using this consumption helps to determine the economic growth level in the long run. We have already discussed in the solo model how this consumption and savings rate helps us to achieve the golden rule level of steady state capital stock. तो हमारा जो कुछ भी इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ मॉडल्स हैं वो सारी चीज़ें भी हमारे कंजम्पशन मैक्सिमाइजेशन के पर्सपेक्टिव से ही बिल्डअप किए जाते हैं. दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ इंपॉर्टेंट टू स्टडी द बेसिक्स ऑफ कंजम्पशन. थर्ड फैक्टर, कंजम्पशन इज़ अबाउट 2/3 ऑफ द GDP and they play a key role in the business cycle, whether it is boom, whether it is recession. तो boom और recession का भी impact जो हम पढ़ते हैं वो consumption की terms में पढ़ते हैं, और जो boom और recession आता भी है वो भी इसलिए आता है क्योंकि consumption या तो बहुत ज़्यादा reduce हो गई होती है या increase कर रही होती है. As has been recently reported कि April में 0 sales हुई हैं by Maruti due to this coronavirus. Therefore, if the companies are not able to make any profit, the income is going to reduce, and this reduction in income will further reduce the consumption or in the society. So ये सारा जो cycle है ये build up हो जाता है due to the changes in the consumptions that are happening. Fourth, marginal propensity to consume. This is a key determinant in the fiscal policy multiplier. We have already discussed multiplier concept in macroeconomics third semester. So ये जो 4 चीज़ें हैं ये बताते हैं it is very important to understand the consumption from the microeconomics perspective. Macroeconomics, it plays an important role in the economic growth models. It helps us to understand business cycles. Also, marginal propensity to consume plays an important role not only in the fiscal policy multiplier but in all kinds of multipliers. Therefore, we need to understand the consumption theory. So let us start with Keynesian theory. So he gave this consumption function. It says that consumption is equal to C y minus T, where y is total income and T is taxes. This is very simple model that we have already discussed in macroeconomics third semester. Now we are going to discuss this in depth कि ये actually हमारा model derive कैसे हुआ है, what are the assumptions taken in order to derive this model, etc. Okay, so Keynes gave this consumption function in 1936 after Great Depression, during in order to explain the Great Depression scenario and how the economy should function thereafter. So he gave out this consumption function. He made consumption function central to his theory of economic fluctuations. Why? Because consumption function important role play करता है. So Keynes made conjectures. Conjectures होते हैं opinions या conclusions उन्होंने form किए थे जस्ट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन या इनकम्प्लीट इन्फॉर्मेशन के बेसिस पे कुछ ओपिनियंस फ्रेम किए गए थे. दे आर 3 conjectures that we'll discuss. They are based on introspection and casual behavior. As Keynes did not have advantage of large data sets of national income accounts, and nor the computers or the softwares were there in order to conduct the analysis. तो ये जो 3 conjectures हैं ये purely introspection के basis पे. introspection क्या होता है कि जैसे अगर किसी एक सिनेरियो में हम कैसे बिहेव करते हैं तो हम ये एज्यूम करते हैं कि जो दूसरा इंडिविजुअल है इकोनॉमी में, जो दूसरी इकोनॉमिक पार्टीज़ हैं, प्लेयर्स हैं, वो भी वैसे ही बिहेव करेंगे. इसको इंट्रोस्पेक्शन बिहेवियर बोला जाता है. सो फर्स्ट कंजेक्चर इज़ MPC, marginal propensity to consume, that measures the increase in consumption out of the increased income is between 0 to 1. अगर MPC equal to 0 है, it means that consumption savings, जो भी हमारा इंक्रीमेंट हो रहा है इनकम में, कंज्यूमर उसको सारा का सारा सेव कर रहा है. इफ़ MPC इज़ इक्वल टू 1, तो जो भी इंक्रीज़ हो रहा है इनकम में, कंज्यूमर सारा का सारा कंज्यूम कर रहा है. दिस इज़ ऑल्सो टर्म्ड एज फंडामेंटल साइकोलॉजिकल लॉ विच स्टेट्स दैट विद द इंक्रीज इन इनकम the consumer increases his consumption but not by as much increase as in the income. So अगर आपका एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आता है फंडामेंटल साइकोलॉजिकल लॉ, सो दिस इज़ द साइकोलॉजिकल लॉ कि हमारा जो भी इंक्रीज इन इनकम है वो सारा का सारा कंज्यूम नहीं होता है, उसमें से कुछ पोर्शन सेव होता है, और सारा का सारा सेव भी नहीं होता है, उसमें से कुछ पोर्शन कंज्यूम होता है. देयरफॉर हम बोलते हैं फर्स्ट कंजेक्चर इज़ दैट MPC लाइज बिटवीन 0 and 1. As MPC generally is never equal to 0 and never equal to 1. So this was the first conjecture based on introspection. Second conjecture is APC, that is ratio of consumption to income. Ratio of consumption to income falls as income increases. This is based on the perception that saving is luxury. So as income increases, rich save more proportion of income and poor save less proportion of income. तो जैसे जैसे हमारा इनकम इंक्रीज़ होता जाएगा, वी विल बिकम मोर रिच. एंड एज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड, और आपने माइक्रो में भी पढ़ा होगा, दैट सेविंग इज़ अ लग्जरियस कॉन्सेप्ट. तो जैसे जैसे इंसान रिच होता जाता है उसका सेविंग इंक्रीज़ होता जाता है और जो उसका कंजम्पशन प्रपोर्शन है वो रिड्यूस होता जाता है. So this is purely based on introspection again. Third conjecture is that Keynes assumed that income is the primary determinant of consumption and interest rate does not have an important role in the short-term influence of the that is the short-term influence of the rate of interest on individual spending out of a given money income is secondary and relatively unimportant. तो हमारा जो कंजम्पशन को बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट करता है, प्राइमरी डिटर्मिनेंट है, दैट इज़ इनकम. इंटरेस्ट रेट भी इम्पैक्ट करता है कंजम्पशन को, बट शॉर्ट टर्म में नहीं करता है, एंड रिलेटिवली इतना ज़्यादा प्रोपोर्शन में इम्पैक्ट नहीं करता है जितना कि हमारा इनकम इम्पैक्ट करता है. And this is one of the key difference between the classical economists and Keynesian economists. Classical economists have completely opposite view. They believed that a higher interest rate encourages saving and discourages consumption. So these are 3 conjectures. First is that MPC lies between 0 and 1. Second is that as income increases, APC reduces, and third is that income is important determinant of consumption. Interest rate does not have any impact in short run, and it does not impact consumption by such a high rate. Now let us derive this consumption function on the basis of these 3 conjectures. So if on the x-axis here we are taking income y, and on the y-axis we are taking consumption denoted by C. Now we are saying that consumption actually begins, this intercept is not at the origin. Reason being that even if somebody's income is 0, he is going to consume something by borrowing, by stealing, or by whatever medium, but he is going to consume something, चाहे उसका income 0 ही क्यों ना हो. So therefore we say that even at 0 level of income, some basic consumption still exists, and therefore this consumption line the intercept is not at the origin, it is above the origin. So this equation says C is consumption, Y is, here we are taking disposable income, that is Y minus T if there are taxes. C bar is constant, ये हमारा C bar यहाँ पे है जो constant रहता है, जो हम consume करेंगे ही करेंगे. This is not dependent on income. And small c is MPC. MPC is marginal propensity to consume. Now this equation, this satisfies all the three conjectures. First, that MPC that is small c, this lies between 0 and 1. Second, as income increases APC reduces. This is the slope of line from origin, ये बनाया हुआ है मैंने यहाँ पे. This is the slope of line APC. So as income increases APC reduces, that is the slope reduces. And in this consumption function, as we can see that interest rate, we have not taken interest rate over here, and this MPC is dependent upon income. Therefore we say that income is an important determinant. तो जो हमारा ये equation आया है ये इन तीन conjectures के ऊपर based है, and this equation is satisfying all these three conjectures. This is the diagrammatical representation of this function. Now let us study कि जब भी हमारा कोई भी theory आता है, we always test whether it is empirically, this theory is empirically satisfied or not. So similarly, there were certain empirical studies conducted on the basis of this. Now first we'll talk about that there were few findings. In this case we say that households with higher income consumed more, and this confirms that MPC is greater than 0. जिन लोगों का इनकम ज़्यादा है उन लोगों का वो कंज्यूम भी ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं, विच सेज दैट देयर MPC इज़ ग्रेटर देन 0. दिस इज सैटिस्फाइंग फर्स्ट कंजेक्चर. देन हाउस होल्ड्स विद हायर इनकम सेव्ड मोर, विच मीन्स दैट देयर MPC is less than 1. Again, this is satisfying the first conjecture. Third finding was that higher income households saved a large fraction of their income, and this confirms that APC reduces as income increases. So because saving is luxury, so this is satisfying our second conjecture, which said that as income increases APC reduces. Now next, second set of findings for the period between two world wars, this was conducted. So when income was low, such as during the Great Depression, both consumption and savings were low, again indicating that MPC lies between 0 and 1, satisfying first conjecture. Second, with low income, the APC, that is the ratio of consumption to income, was high. So because our income was reducing during the World War, Great Depression time period, but with the reduction in income, APC was increasing, that is C by Y was still high, and people were not saving. So this is also satisfying our second conjecture. Now finally, because the correlation between income and consumption were so strong, हमने यहाँ पे भी देखा है कि हमारा एक relationship develop हो रहा है between the consumption and income. Over here also we are seeing this. So we say that no other variable appeared to be important for explaining consumption, and thus income is the primary determinant of how much people choose to consume. तो ये जो हमारी दो findings हैं, these findings are actually with the perspective of, this first findings is with the perspective of households with higher income. तो जब हमारी इनकम हाई होती है, क्या उस टाइम पे हमारा Keynesian कंजम्पशन फंक्शन सेटिस्फाइड है? येस. एंड सेकेंड इज हाउस होल्ड्स विद लोअर इनकम, इवन इन दैट केस Keynesian कंजम्पशन फंक्शन इज सेटिस्फाइड. सो दीज एम्पेरिकल studies were in the favor of the three conjectures, and hence the theory developed by the Keynes. However, there are certain anomalies. Anomalies are something that deviates from what is standard. मतलब basically जो होना चाहिए था इस थ्योरी के अकॉर्डिंग, ये वो नहीं हुआ, तो ये इसका अगेंस्ट वाला व्यू पॉइंट यहाँ पे हम डिस्कस करेंगे. सो फर्स्ट एनोमली इज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ Keynesian कंजम्पशन फंक्शन, द इकोनॉमिस्ट्स फियर्ड दैट आफ्टर वर्ल्ड वॉर II, एज द इनकम विल इंक्रीज, APC शुड रिड्यूस. अभी हमने ऊपर देखा कि अगर वर्ल्ड वॉर या ग्रेट डिप्रेशन के टाइम पे हम लोगों का इनकम बहुत ज़्यादा कम है, बट उसके बाद इनकम इंक्रीज़ होएगा तो APC रिड्यूस होना चाहिए एंड सेविंग्स इंक्रीज होनी चाहिए. तो अब जैसे ही हमारी APC शुड रिड्यूस एंड सेविंग्स विल इंक्रीज, एंड देयर माइट नॉट बी इनफ प्रॉफिटेबल इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स टू अब्जॉर्ब ऑल दी सेविंग्स, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे हमारा प्रोडक्शन कम था. सो लो कंजम्पशन, देयर विल बी लो कंजम्पशन, inadequate demand for goods and services, बिकॉज हमारा ये APC रिड्यूस हुआ है. APC रिड्यूस मतलब हम लोग डिमांड कम कर रहे हैं. अब अगर हम लोग डिमांड कम कर रहे हैं तो ये जो हमारा यहाँ पे सेविंग्स इंक्रीज़ हुआ है, सेम प्रपोर्शन में इन्वेस्टमेंट तो इंक्रीज़ नहीं होगा क्योंकि डिमांड उतना है नहीं. एज अ रिज़ल्ट ऑफ विच एक डिप्रेशन वाली सिनेरियो आ सकता है क्योंकि लोग डिमांड नहीं कर रहे हैं, इकोनॉमी में प्रोडक्शन नहीं हो रहा है, सेविंग्स इंक्रीज़ हो रही है बट प्रोडक्शन नहीं है, डिमांड नहीं है, कंजम्पशन नहीं है. So this can lead to a depression in the economy, which is termed as secular stagnation. That is a long depression of infinite duration. और इसको क्योर करने के लिए फिस्कल पॉलिसी रिक्वायर्ड होगा जिसके थ्रू हम ये एग्रीगेट डिमांड को इंक्रीज़ कर सके. जैसे ही एग्रीगेट डिमांड इंक्रीज़ हो जाएगा इकोनॉमी में प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज़ हो जाएगा एंड इन टर्न ये जो हमारी एक्सेस सेविंग्स हैं ये कन्वर्ट हो जाएंगी टूवर्ड्स investment. So whatever leakage was there in the economy in the form of these savings will be injected back into the economy through investment. Therefore fiscal policy would be required. अब ये कब होएगा? अगर हम ये बोलते हैं कि कीन्स की थ्योरी के हिसाब से हम बोलते हैं कि वर्ल्ड वॉर के बाद हमारा जैसे ही इनकम इंक्रीज़ होता है APC रिड्यूस होना चाहिए, बट एक्चुअली ऐसा कुछ हुआ नहीं. ये सेक्युलर स्टैग्नेशन वाला स्टेज आया नहीं. एंड सो लेट अस जस्ट डिस्कस दिस. बट फॉर्चुनेटली फॉर द इकोनॉमी एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली फॉर द Keynesian consumption function, although after World War II the incomes were much higher than before, but they did not lead to large increases in the rate of the savings. अगर हमारा सेविंग्स रेट इंक्रीज़ नहीं हो रहा है इसका मतलब जब भी हमारा वाई इंक्रीज़ हो रहा था तो हमारा APC इंक्रीज़ हो रहा था एंड सेविंग्स इतना ज़्यादा इंक्रीज़ नहीं हो रहा था. दस Keynesian conjecture that when APC reduces as income increases did not appear to hold, क्योंकि यहाँ पे तो हमारा पॉजिटिव रिलेशन हो गया और कीन्स ने बोला था कि जब हमारा इनकम इंक्रीज़ होता है तो APC रिड्यूस होना चाहिए, मतलब नेगेटिव रिलेशनशिप होना चाहिए. सो दिस कंजेक्चर इज़ नॉट होल्डिंग इन दिस केस. Second anomaly or second opposition towards Keynesian theory or conjecture is Kuznets, Simon Kuznets, an economist. He assembled the aggregate data on consumption and income from 1869 in 1940s and discovered that APC, that is ratio of consumption to income, was remarkably stable from decade to decade despite large increases in income. Thus Keynesian conjecture that APC reduces विद द इंक्रीज इन इनकम डज नॉट होल्ड. तो जहाँ पे हमारा एक अपोजिशन या एक जो एनामोली था दैट वाज कि जो सेक्युलर स्टैग्नेशन हाइपोथेसिस होना चाहिए था ड्यू टू द डिक्लाइन इन APC वो नहीं हुआ. इसका मतलब APC वाला कंजेक्चर होल्ड नहीं करता है कीन्स का. और जो सेकंड एनामोली था दैट वाज कि साइमन कुजनेट्स ने डिराइव किया था कि APC हमारा ओवर द टाइम पीरियड इन द लॉन्ग टर्म कांस्टेंट रहता है. देयरफॉर अगेन दिस सेकंड कंजेक्चर ऑफ कीन्स डज नॉट होल्ड. So, failure of secular stagnation hypothesis and findings of Kuznets both indicated that the APC is fairly constant over long periods of time. So, this fact presented a puzzle and economists wanted to know why did Keynes' conjectures hold up well in the studies of household data of short-term series but failed when long-term series were examined. तो अभी हुआ क्या कि हमने यहाँ पे देखा था कि जो हमारी एम्पेरिकल सक्सेस था उसमें हमने देखा कि इन द शॉर्ट टर्म हाउस होल्ड्स विद हायर इनकम एंड द हाउस होल्ड्स विद लोअर इनकम बोथ आर satisfying the criteria, both are satisfying the second conjecture of Keynes. But when considering from the long term perspective there are anomalies. These studies are not supporting the Keynesian conjecture of APC. Therefore this led to a puzzle. This is termed as consumption puzzle कि हमारा शॉर्ट टर्म में तो क्या हो रहा है कि जब y इंक्रीज़ हो रहा है तो APC रिड्यूस हो रहा है, पर लॉन्ग टर्म में when y is increasing APC is constant. So now economists wanted to solve this puzzle. Let us first discuss this diagrammatically. The puzzle, this question can also come, what is consumption puzzle? So you need to explain this depending upon the marks. You need to explain the Keynesian model and then you need to explain theories supporting this model in the short term and then theories against this model in the long term, and thereafter this diagram with the explanation. So the puzzle is that the evidence suggested there was two consumption function, short run and long run. Short run is for falling APC, long run is for constant APC. Short run में हमारा ये जो intercept है ये origin पे नहीं होता है, this is above origin. We are saying that there is C bar, there will be certain consumption which is not dependent upon income, whereas in the long term we are saying that when we are distributing it over, so this long term consumption function is actually starting from the origin. Now there are various economists who tried to solve this puzzle, this consumption puzzle. So जो अब हमारी theories next आने वाली हैं वो actually ये consumption puzzle को solve करने के लिए है. So remember we discussed that there are these 4 theories. Actually जो Fisher's intertemporal choice है, this will set up a base in order to clear, in order to solve this consumption puzzle. And then Modigliani and Friedman have tried to solve this consumption puzzle, जो कि हमारा Keynesian consumption function के empirical studies के बाद आया था. So these theories will help us to understand this consumption puzzle and solve it. So this is written over here. Modigliani and Friedman proposed explanations of these contradictory findings and solved the consumption puzzle. But before that, it is important to know Fisher's contribution to consumption theory, as both the life cycle hypothesis and permanent income hypothesis rely on the theory of consumer behavior that is explained by Fisher. So in the next video, we are first going to understand Fisher's theory. If any doubt, you may comment here or you may send me a message. Take care, guys.